In the previous lesson, I talked about simple interest. And now I also mentioned there was another way of calculating interest, and that was compound interest. In this lesson, I want to show you how we travel from simple interest to compound interest so that you can see more clearly what compound interest is. So just to recap from the last lesson, simple interest is when interest is calculated only on the principal. So the principal is the original amount of money borrowed or invested. The amount of interest is calculated by the principal multiplied by the interest rate multiplied by the number of years. The total amount of the investment would be whatever the principal was plus the interest earned. So simple interest is calculated only on the principal. Compound interest is different. It's when interest is calculated on everything in the account, not just the principal. So my goal for this video, for this lesson, is to show you how compound interest is different than simple interest. So let's work through this example. Bob put $500 in an investment that earned 6% interest per year. At the end of each year, the interest was compounded. So what that means is he earned interest on everything in the account, not just the original $500. How much money did Bob have at the end of 5 years? So what we're going to do is we're going to start in year 1. He invested $500, and we're going to figure out how much interest he earned each year. And then by the end of this, we're going to have the amount of his investment at the end of 5 years. Okay, so he's starting with $500. How much interest does he earn in the first year? Well, I equals P times R times T. So the principal for the first year is 500. The rate of interest is 6%. T, the time in years. Well, this is just for 1 year we're figuring it out. So 500 times 0.06 times 1, that's $30 in interest for the first year. So what's the amount of the investment after the first year? Well, it's the principal plus the interest. $500 plus $30, it's $530. So in the first year, he started with $500 and he ended with $530. So now at the beginning of the second year, he has $530 in the account. He's earning 6% interest for that year. So that ends up being $31.80 in interest for the second year. So now, what's the total? Well, he had $530 at the start. He earned $31.80 in interest. So now the amount in the account is $561.80. So now at the beginning of the third year, he has $561.80 in the account. He earns 6% interest for that year, which brings us to $33.71 in interest. So now the total amount in the account will be the principal plus the interest, and that ends up being $595.51. And again, in the fourth year, he's going to start with $595.51. He's going to earn 6% interest for that year, which ends up being $35.73. If we add those two together, we get the total amount in the account. So at the end of the fourth year, he has $631.24. So at the start of the fifth year, he has $631.24. He earns 6% interest for that year, which is $37.87. Those added together get us $669.11. So he started with $500. Every year the interest was compounded, and he ended up with $669.11. So I want you to notice a few things here. First thing I want you to notice is that the amount of interest earned was not the same every year. So This is different than simple interest because with simple interest, you're earning the same amount of interest every year. When it's compounded, the next year, the interest is calculated on the amount that's in the account after the first year, not just on the $500 that it started with. So this is the main difference between compound and simple interest. Compound interest grows more rapidly because the amount of interest increases every year. This is the kind of interest that banks actually use because they're able to earn more money faster. This is also the same type of interest that credit card companies use. If you borrow money with a credit card, you have to pay that money back. And they're going to charge you interest if you don't pay it back on time. And they're charging you compound interest so that the amount grows and grows faster and faster rather than simple interest. So in the next lesson, you're going to start working with compound interest on its own. You can see it would be very tedious to do a compound interest calculation like this every single time, or you have to set up a table and do a calculation each year. There's a formula that I'm going to show you in the next lesson that will hopefully simplify our calculations with compound interest.